Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jake Durham, and welcome to the first podcast for the Artificial Lift Optimization 2016 event, taking place this March 22nd and 23rd in Houston, Texas. I'm joined today by one of the faces of the event, Mr. Peter Oilwall, the Senior Engineering Advisor for Artificial Lift and Production Optimizations at BOPCO. Peter, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jake. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So, first of all, let's start out by learning a bit more about yourself, Peter. Tell us a bit about how long you've been working with artificial lift and where you've been doing it.
Excellent. I've been working in the artificial lift field for the past 20 years, almost all of my career, and I have had opportunity to work artificial lift from my days in the late 90s with Texaco, doing some gas lift offshore, and all the way through Schlumberger and BP, and lately with BOPCO.
Oh, wow.
Right.
A long and distinguished career already. So in that time then, Peter, what can you tell us a little bit about what are some of the more exciting and interesting and innovative projects that you've worked on?
Excellent. I mean, it's always hard to choose your favorite, especially when you, someone like myself that had worked on all type of artificial lift and done a lot of interesting projects. But one of my favorite that is still very relevant in today's environment was a project for BP in the coal bed methane in Colorado, where we I led the team and we came up with a way to reduce our intervention cost from about $150,000 intervention to $5,000 per intervention on artificial lift. And this was through the development of what we call ESP, PCP, through tubing convey, where we will no longer have to mobilize a rig and kill a well and spend 3-4 days to change pump, to where we will just go in and use wireline and rigless to change our pump, and we will do that within a day. So not only that we save more than $150,000 per job, but also we reduce production, and the value of the project became increased because of that.
Yeah, those sound like some very impressive time and cost reductions, and this is something that we're looking at in our event this March, because the cutting down on the time and the cost of running artificial lift is a very important topic right now, obviously. But tell me, Peter, from your perspective, why is the optimization of artificial lift operations so important in the industry right now?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jake. I think it's an exciting time to be in the artificial lift business right now, in the industry. Like we all know, the development in drilling and the advancement that we have had in completions through the hydraulic fracturing that we've done had really taking us to where we have surplus oil and gas in the market right now, and the depressed pricing that we've seen. But now, I mean, we, as an industry for the past 5-6 years, we've been really focused on drilling and completion, and we've drilled thousands of wells, especially here in the U.S., and artificial lift and production phase had really been on the back end for a little while, and with what we've done in the industry, where we drop the rigs, we are not fracking and completing like we used to do. That's dropped by more than 70 to 80%, and the only other tool in our toolbox right now as an industry to to really maintain our cash flow and in this environment is production. And that is the phase we have right now, is production optimization. And where does artificial lift fit into that? Majority, more than 90% of our wells in the U.S. and of course international also, there's a majority of wells that they cannot produce by themselves, or they will not produce optimally by themselves. They have to have a form of artificial lift. So you see how all this ties together. If you know, when we have moved, there's this paradigm shift to production that has come with a move to focus more on artificial lift, and that's really needed right now in the industry.
Okay, thank you, Peter. That's a very round explanation you've given. So, what are the kind of benefits that the effective running of production and the effective running of an artificial lift system benefit for an operator, especially, as you mentioned, in the current climate?
Yeah, it's really important. The main thing that we have seen and we are experiencing as operators is by focusing on artificial lift and running it efficiently, we are reducing our lifting cost per barrel, per cubic feet of gas that we produce. So that's all the focus is really about, reducing your lifting cost and your lease operating expense on your lift.
Okay, yes, and these are definitely some of the questions that we're going to be addressing at our event, which again takes place this March 22nd and 23rd in Houston, Texas. Now, Peter is going to be the moderator on some very important and interesting discussion panels for this session. Peter, tell me a little bit about the content of these panels and what it is that you feel should be discussed at this event.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to this event. I think it's really one of the most open environment that we can have right now in the industry, to gather together in Houston and have a honest discussion about the challenges that we're facing and how we are addressing them, and be able to exchange ideas. And I'm hoping that this will spark some of the heart-of-the-box thinking that we all will take back to our back home with us. So I really encourage. I know that there is constraint about traveling and meetings and workshops this year, but I really encourage everyone to really consider this. If there's one event that I really would love to attend this year, this is really one of that. And we will, like Jake has said, there will be a lot of interesting panel discussion that I will be moderating, and I'm going to be managing that from my experience as when I used to be a service provider and a manufacturer, and also my experience from the operator, so that the mixed crowd can really get a good benefit and value for coming out to the Congress.
Now, as you say, Peter, you're going to be moderating several discussions on the various subjects that we've broached today in this quick little interview. Now, anybody who would like to see a bit more about that can go to our agendas page on our website, which is artificial-lift-congress-north-america.com. You might need your pen and paper for that one. But, Peter, of the panels that you're taking and the other sessions which we have on our agenda, which are the ones that you're most excited about? Which are the ones that really make this the event that, as you say, if you go to one event, why is this the one you want to go to this year?
Thank you very much, Jake. As you know, and many of us in the industry know, artificial lift selection is really close to my heart, because that is really the foundation. Once we miss it on selecting the appropriate artificial lift type for the well, we have to either spend money to fix it and put the correct artificial lift on the well, or we lift with a non-optimized well, mainly because of that. So I'm really going to be spending time to really get us all to share and discuss some of what we've been doing and how to go through the evaluation. This is much more complex than we always think it is, and that's really where we will be leading the panel, and we will be discussing more about artificial lift selection. But it's really valuable. This is where the top dollar, this is the foundation of artificial lift optimization, is really selecting the appropriate artificial lift for the life of your wells.
Wonderful. And artificial lift selection is the title of our keynote panel at day one of this 2-day event. As I say, if you wish to find out more, you can go to artificial-lift-congress-north-america.com. I'll say that again. artificial-lift-congress-north-america.com, where you can find out the entire speaker list, the event agenda, and you can get some great discounts for group attendance. And yes, as Peter says, this is the event to attend this year. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Peter, and very much appreciate it, and we look very much forward to seeing you this March.
Thank you very much for having me, Jake. I appreciate it.
All right.